All right, thank you for joining us for today's post-game press conference following Long Beach State's overtime game with Cal State Bakersfield. We'll start with a statement from head coach, then open it up for questions.
Hats off to Bakersfield. I mean, they hit a amazing shot at the end of the game to win it by one. Really proud of my group. I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, we made 25 shots. 18 of those were assisted. So we're playing the right way. Ball's just not falling our way right now. Got some stuff that we got to clean up and keep getting better at, but really proud of the way that we fought tonight. Just unfortunately didn't come out with the win.
Yeah, Coach, for lack of a better term or a better metric, like, is it a big deal to keep losing these close games at home and to do so while missing out on the Big West Conference tournament?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal to lose any game. And, to not play in the Big West Conference tournament is, disheartening. And it's not what we want this to look like moving forward, obviously. But these are the circumstances that we're dealing with right now. Our job is to continue to be professional and come in with an approach that allows us to focus and prepare for the next game. We got 3 games left. We're going to put everything that we have into this next game versus Irvine and focus on that and continue to try to move forward.
TJ, you had a really hot start, but then you weren't able to you only had 2 more shots after you hit the 11-point mark in the first half. Were they doing something to take the ball, keep the ball away from you, or did you just not see those opportunities again?
I just think the flow of the game, if you start off hot, they probably make some defensive adjustments to try to slow me down, but I'm not really sure. That's just the flow of the game is how it's going. It just wasn't going my way, so.
Dev, at the end of first of all, congratulations on 1,000. On the end of the regulation there, you have the ball, you're waiting, then you went around on the baseline. Did you get what you wanted there?
What play?
The play at the end of regulation, it feels like a while ago. The play at the end of regulation when you dribbled, you waited for the clock, then you dribbled around and you went down the baseline, and you went up, and
Yeah, we were trying to get the last shot, and I saw a lane and I attacked the rim. I tried to get fouled, but, not every call is going to be called, and the result was the result. I live with that. I believe in myself no matter what, and I'll take that shot whenever it's there.
For the players, do you guys feel like there was, you guys are, jinxed or something? 3 overtime games at home that you fall, you know what I mean? You can count these games by, single digits.
No, I think we got a really good team, and I think that we play really, really hard. Mm-hmm. And, losing is losing, and it's very tough, but we're getting better, and that might sound like cliche because we are losing, mm-hmm. but we're a first-year team, and we're fighting hard out there. We're putting ourselves in a better position. As Coach talked to us in the locker room, we weren't down fighting back. We were in the game the whole time, and that's improvement. So all we can do is look at improvement and try to continue to get better. We can't do anything else.
TJ?
I'll just say, Coach tells us, our margin of error is very slim. So, every mistake we make is magnified with the team that we have. We're a first-year team, so we can't afford to make small mistakes early on in the game because, obviously, those catch up to hurt us later on in the game. So, a missed rebound or a turnover, those end up biting us in the butt at the end of the game. So, we're just trying to focus on limiting those mistakes and try to go as mistake-free as possible because, obviously we can't afford any little mistakes.
Coach, during the game, somebody on social media said that to go from winning the conference tournament to not making it is a failure. To you, do you feel like this season is a failure?
Absolutely not. With defeat and losing games comes a lot of critics and a lot of people that are going to have a lot of things to say. But, if you're in the locker room every single day with these guys, the growth is, we're in a timeout, we're in a huddle, and Dev is telling the guys that we can't make these mistakes. These things are going to catch up to us throughout the game. TJ's in the huddle, and he's telling the guys we got to win this game. That's growth for our team. And anybody that understands competition and a team that's never been together ever, and we have the limited the least amount of minutes returning out of anyone in the country, and these guys are fighting tooth and nail, and they're understanding what that feels like every single game. And, the biggest thing is that this not going to always look this way. There is a very, very bright future. I mean, both of these guys have years left here in this program. And, in order to understand, and I want to be clear how I say this, but in order to understand the legacy that came before you, these guys are understanding that this is there's a big history involved with this program. There's a lineage involved with this program. There's great players that have played here, but they've never been here before. And so now that they understand how every team is excited to beat Long Beach State and to win here, now that they feel that, they'll carry that with them as they move forward throughout their careers here in this program. And that's how you create a chip on your shoulder, not just your individual chip, but that's how you create a program chip, is you got to go through the dark days to get to the other side and understand how important it is, how every possession is important. I mean, Dev's, people don't understand. I mean, what he's battled back from in his career, and to be sitting here right now, finishing a season, having played an entire year free of injury, knock on wood, is tremendous for him. And so, he's going to have confidence in himself moving forward when he's in those situations. I mean, he's in winning time situations every single game. I mean, this dude next to me, TJ, hits big shot after big shot after big shot. And I think it's a gift to be able to go, 11 or 12 minutes without getting a shot and then get into overtime and hit a dagger. And those are things that, I think about when we construct this team and as we move forward as a program. So I couldn't be prouder of obviously it hurts to lose, but I took this job with a vision. And the vision is that we're going to do something that's never been done in the history of this program, and I stand on that and I believe that, and we're going to do it with the guys that are in this room. So I'm excited about what we're doing.
I say to that, though, also, none of the players ever look at coach as a failure either. So even as being a player, it's not a failure as a season. Like, coach and his coaching staff, he put everything together in 1 month. So if people understand that, that's really, really hard to become a first-year coach, head coach, and do that. And to the point he's gotten us at now, I think that's success. So.
Coach, you held Jamel Jones to 0 points in the first 10 minutes of the first half. Obviously, he had 25 in your last matchup with this team. I assume that was a big part of your preparation going into the game. He got an offensive board where he had an and one, and then from there, 21 to finish the rest of the first half. Of course, the game winner at the end. What do you think was the biggest challenge in your execution of your game plan for him?
I mean, he bounced up and made a huge shot. I mean, the reality of it is when you're in the second half of conference, players got to make plays. There is really no game plan necessarily. Obviously, we wanted to do things a little bit differently in ball screens that we didn't do last game. The biggest thing that we wanted to do was do a better job on the defensive glass, and I think we did that tonight. And he bounced up, made a big shot, so credit to him, credit to their program for getting it done.
It felt like the ball was really moving for you guys, like you said, a lot of assists tonight. When you had the ball moving so well between everybody, in each time, at the end of overtime and at the end of the regulation, it felt like in the need to have a possession, the ball wasn't moving as much there. Do you have, does that inform your thought process going forward in those big moments for final possessions offensively going forward?
Yeah, when you're in the final possession, you want the ball in the hands of your best players, and you want them to make reads and decisions. And the guys on the roster understand who's going to have the ball, and they need to be ready to catch and shoot and make shots when they don't have the ball. And so we're going to put the ball in the hands of these two guys and Austin Johnson at the end of games, and we're going to let them make reads and make decisions based on that. They've been dealing with double teams and triple teams all year. So, as the game went on, 18 assists for this group is huge. We've been preaching ball movement, player movement, making the easy reads, easy decisions. I think we only had 7 assists and 15 turnovers at their place or something like that. So we doubled that, more than doubled that this game. We're going to move the ball throughout the game. If we're in a close game at the end, we're going to put the ball in the hands of the guys that's gotten us to that point. And just like they did, pray for the best. And they just happened to come up and make a shot, and we didn't.
In addition to the ball moving as well as it did, you also got some really good minutes out of Andrew tonight, especially in the overtime period. Additionally, the shooting, it feels like if this was a loss earlier in the season, you would have a lot of points to move forward and to look forward to. What's your message to the team having a game like this where you did so many things right, just couldn't pull up the win with just the few last games of the schedule left?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what I told the team in the huddle. The bottom line is we're learning how to become more fearless in throughout the course of the game, and more so defensively than anywhere else. I know these guys, they've proven that they can score and they can make shots and do those things, but making plays for each other defensively. You saw X jump up there and grab a ball out of the air at the end of the game, which is something that I don't draw that up. He just goes over there and jumps up and makes a play. That's playing fearless. But you got to do that for 40 minutes, not when you get comfortable. And I think that's where, the swagger of this team and the belief of this team and our program overall will be our identity defensively when it's all said and done. And these guys are playing 35, 40 minutes a game. We don't have a lot of subs, so I'm demanding and asking a lot of them to go out there and compete defensively like they are.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
I appreciate it.